I've come to the sad realization today that I actually don't like metal music. I only like rap metal and Slipknot. Anyways, I read a book called Catabasis. It is about these two people who kill their advisor and go to hell and back, Sabaton reference, to get him. It was amazing. I was blown away, to be honest. When I read it, I was thinking it was going to be some sort of like Pokemon deal. It was like Ash and Gary, except they kill Professor Oak in the first like 5 minutes. And they're like, shit, we gotta go get him. So they hop on their Charizard and their Pikachu and they go fight Satan himself to get his soul back. Which is basically what happens in this book. Except this book is way better than Pokemon, I'll be honest. Yeah. So our two main characters here, our rivals, are Ash and our Gary. We have Alice Law. She's like from Colorado, but to be honest, the whole book, she's talking like she's British, which was like pissing me off. Like, be American or be British, bro. What are we talking about? She goes to school. They go to Cambridge, which is in England, I think. Or it's in Boston and I'm really stupid. That'd be embarrassing. That's like, yeah. And then Peter Murdoch, he's a British motherfucker, obviously with that type of name. And yeah, he's like the goat of magic, of analytic magic is what I call it. The way it works is like, you have like a stick of chalk and you draw like a pentagram, like the devil, like star thingy. Yeah, you do that and then you're like, you like say a paradox, like this statement is false. Like, that can't be true either way. It's like, it's fucked. It's just like, doesn't make any sense. And you like bend the laws of nature to do whatever you want. Pretty cool, actually. Really cool concept of how magic works. Although, actually, even in the book, that's not how it works. But we'll get to that because it's a spoiler. So, Alice is the one who killed... Well, actually... No, yeah, it was her fault. We'll say it's her fault. Yeah. So, she kills her professor, Professor Grimes. They're, like, doing magic, and she fucks up the pentagram, and it, like... The description was disgusting. The book was, like... There was, like, some weird things in the book, but it was, like, mostly normal. So I was, like... When they got to the description, it was, like, visceral. It was, like, Art the Clown, yeah. Some, like, Terrifier shit. I was, like, oh, my God. I actually, like... had to put the book down for a second, which is crazy. I don't really have... I'm pretty squeamish, but... Normally when I'm reading, I don't have that type of reaction to stuff. I'm also listening to Freak Unleashed right now. Anyways. Yeah. So, his, like, guts get ripped up and fucking splayed around the room. Amazing. It was really gross. Yeah, so, Alice goes to hell. Peter is like, I'm going to hell too. Because, spoiler alert, okay, if you're a guy and you know that, and you're watching this, you are not going to hell for somebody unless she's, like, the finest woman in the world, right? Like, that is, like, true love or delusion in some cases. But, like, obviously, Peter's trying to crack, right? He's not. He's a very respectable gentleman. But, obviously, he fancies... I've been reading so many fucking books by British people. I think, like, every book I've read, except for one, the last one I read, have been by British people. So I feel like I'm going to start acting British, which is really embarrassing as an American. I'm not supposed to do that. Yeah. What was... I forget what... Oh, yeah, anyways. So it's obvious from the get-go. My prediction on page, like, 17 is that Alice and Peter are going to end up together. It's too easy when you have a brain like mine. It's just too easy. I have to get to the story, though. They go to hell instantly, pretty much instantly. They're just in hell, and I was like, damn, that was fast. I'm used to reading like 50 pages of exposition, and like shit I don't give a fuck about, basically. But, like, I care about the characters. I care about the plot. I'm, like, locked in on this book, and I was like, damn. I have, like, no information, too, which is crazy. Usually I, like, want to know shit about characters before I attach to them, before I get attached. But, like, I didn't really know anything. And I'm like, Alice, bro, me and Alice are like this, bro. We go way back. So, yeah. They're in hell. They are looking for him. They like find this big ass bone wall. They said like 50 meters. I don't know what the fuck a meter is, man. So 50 is a pretty big number. So it's probably pretty big. They climb the wall, they get to the top, and then the terrain, the way they describe a hell is really weird. The geometry, it's like not geometrically real, if that makes sense. I don't really know how to describe it, but they get up there and they basically just, the way I imagined it was like a kaleidoscope of different like terrain, and they like basically are fucked. They like can't, it's so bad they like can't move. They're like puking and shit. They don't actually puke, but yeah. Then they climb back down the wall, which like Peter was dying, but Alice is a rock climber, I guess. So yeah. Oh yeah, and then like Peter, they have to like sleep together because like it's cold in hell. Like that was the other thing. It was like weird in hell. It was like the ground was like a beach if it was like Thanos snapped a beach, basically, is how I imagined it. I'm trying to think of like a video game equivalent because I know there is one, but I can't off the top of my head. So yeah, it's just like a ton of ash on the ground. There's like a thunderstorm at one point. Like what the fuck are we talking about here, bro? What are we talking about? Yeah, anyways, hell is really weird in this book. I actually kind of liked it. I thought it was cool. So yeah. I didn't even get to the part of the story I was going to tell. Yeah, Peter, like, gets bricked up and, like, pokes Alice with his log. His Evo log. And that was funny. I wrote it down. I have, like, 4 pages notes on this book. This book was so good. Yeah, so basically, they have to, like, go through all the 8 courts of hell, which I looked up how many there were because I wanted to remember what they were for this. But then it turns out, like, no one can agree on how many courts of hell there are. Like, I feel like it shouldn't be that hard. Like, just go to hell, count them, and come back. It's clearly not that difficult if these 2 idiots did it. The fuck? But yeah, it was very inconsistent. I can't even remember all of them. But yeah, for this book, there's 8. The first one is greed or pride? I forget. No, I think it was pride. And it's a library. They, like, walk into this library, and then they're like, hell is a college campus. And I'm like, you're goddamn right it is. Sorry. And, yeah. And so, to pass the court of pride, if you were sentenced to pride, you have to write a dissertation on the meaning of good. Like what it means to be good. And then Jesus Christ himself will read it. I'm not joking. That was in the book. Jesus is canonically in hell. He just hangs out there and reads dissertations. And if you pass, like, you get a check mark on your transcript and you get to move on to your other sins. I think you can, like, move on and do them in whatever order. It's not that important. No one even does any of the tasks in the whole book. No one does one fucking task. But yeah. So they leave because they're not sentenced. They can do whatever the fuck they want. They're sojourners. I'm pretty sure I'm saying that wrong, but they're like alive, so they don't give a fuck. They just leave, and then they get attacked by these bone dogs, which, like, there's not supposed to be living shit in hell, right? That's like obvious. And also the magic doesn't work in hell because the sand swallows the chalk. I guess, bro. I guess. But yeah, these bone dogs, and they're clearly held together by magic. So, actually, magic does work. I just lied to you. Get fucked. So they get attacked, but there's this river in hell that, like, erases your memories for when you reincarnate. You, like, take a shot of it on a boat. Sounds pretty lit. Yeah. So, it's called a Leth. It's actually, like, really important. I should have mentioned that. It's been 9 minutes. Jesus Christ. Yeah. So, the bone dogs don't like the Leth. I don't even know why to this day after finishing the entire book. I have no idea. So they just, like, walk next to it, and they're, like, chilling, as long as they don't fall in. Yeah, okay, next page of notes. Oh, and then they get to, like, lust or desire. I think they called it desire, but it's, like, lust. It's, like, the freaky one. There's some freaky shit going on, man. There was, like dudes on dogs type of action. I'm not joking. Oh, yeah, and then we get to, like, lore. What I loved about this book is they would, like, drop, like, shit would be happening, and then, like, a character would think something, and you'd be like, that's a weird thing to think. And then it would give you lore about why they thought that. And it was like, it just clicked in my brain, and I loved it. Speaking of this, Peter apparently stole dead people's colons for Grimes to do studies on. It's pretty cool. Yeah, he also has very luscious eyelashes. I'm just going through my notes, and yeah, Alice was jealous of his eyelashes, which I feel like I've heard that. Do I have luscious lashes? I can't really tell. You probably see them. Let me know if they're luscious. I bet they are. I'm a luscious fella. Oh, and then Peter's sleeping and Alice is keeping watch, but she gets bored because, like, it's hell. There's nothing to watch. They're being idiots, to be completely honest with you. They're scared of the dogs, but just, like, sleep near the left. It's not that hard. They weren't very smart for 90% of this book, I'd say. Anyways, Peter's sleeping. Alice goes through his notes. And there's, like, a bunch of crazy shit. And then there's, like, a pentagram, like a spell, basically, to, like, trade a soul for a different soul. Don't know where he came up with that, but he found it. And it's in his notebook. And it's like, if Alice, question mark. So Alice is like, he's gonna trade my soul for Grimes. Because she's stupid. Anybody with the brain, like, sorry, but, like, if a dude follows you to, if a dude follows you to hell, bro, he wants you. Like, he wants you. Like, oh, she's so stupid. I feel like girls normally pick up on that shit, and guys don't. But, like, she's not locked in. Where are we at? Oh, yeah. They see crazy shit in Desire. Alice, like, pukes. It was bad. I almost puked. I mean, can't blame her. Oh, and then they get attacked again, like, leaving Desire, and Alice falls in the lith, but plot twist, she has a pentagram tattooed on her body. Forget where. I think it was her arm, like her shoulder, I'm guessing. Seems like a good spot for a pentagram. Like, it's nice, like, circular. Oh, nice, nice, like, circular spot right there in your deltoid. Shout out to the last book I read where there's deltoids, very hot, sexy deltoids in it. Yeah. So she has a pentagram that makes you not forget anything that Grimes gave her, which is scary. Like, you're supposed to forget shit. I heard something about this before reading this book. I've no idea where, if I read it, if I saw it somewhere online, but it's like, if you remembered everything that happened to you, you'd, like, remember, like, spilling your coffee, or, like, every weird interaction you've ever had. It's like, that's fucked. Like, your mind is supposed to forget shit. Otherwise, you'd, like, never live. So basically, her life is like hell. And she's in hell. Oh my god. Yeah. Oh. Then they played, so they leave Desire. They go to Greed, which is like a bridge, I guess. Oh yeah, that was the other thing I thought was weird about hell, is it's like a college campus. Yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot to say. Desire's like a campus center. Something, I don't know. Campus, like, freak show. I don't know. I started a new book. Where is it? It's right here. Called Red Rising. It's not the book I'm talking about right now, but the school, like, has prostitutes. What kind of fucking school owns prostitutes? What are we fucking talking about? I don't like that book as much as I like this one. It's getting better, but anyways, we're not talking about that book. Yeah. So they leave. They go to just the Greed, which is a bridge, but they get approached by the Weaver girl, who's a deity. Her, like, story is she fell in love with, like, a farmer boy, like some Princess and the Bride type shit, but he's, like, a dude. He's just, like, a guy, so he dies, and she's, like, heartbroken. Anyways, she's like, oh, well, if you guys are lovers, you can play my game, and I'll take you to wherever you want to go. So they play the YouTube, like, a Mr. Beast, like, steal or split game, where it's like, you pick the red button and you steal the money for yourself, but you pick the green button and you split it, and if one splits and one steals, steal gets all, but if you both steal, then you both fucking lose, and if you both split, then you split, right? And they talked about it, they pre-gamed it. Peter somehow knew that it was going to be that. He was like, let's just pretend that we're lovers, because that's what she fucking wants out of us. Let's just, like, be like, we want exactly what the other person wants. We want to carry on together. It was, like, a free W. But Alice is, like, a crazy-ass acid trip, mostly because of her memory pentagram. So she, like, freaks the fuck out and grabs the wrong apple. They're apples instead of buttons, which is kind of lame. She clearly... Weaver Girl needs to lock in on her Mr. Beast. But, yeah, Alice, like, fucks it up. She picks Steel. Peter, like, dies. But he doesn't die yet. He does die later, though. Spoiler alert. So the Weaver Girl is like, oh, I guess Alice gets to go with Peter. You get to come with me. And she, like, has a web of, like, people that she's killed. The song's so good. And she just, like, grabs Peter's like, get here, motherfucker. But then they get attacked by the Bone Dogs, which, like, break Peter out. But then instead of killing them this time, the Bone Dogs, like, just, like, crowd surf them. But then, when they're getting crowd surf, they get saved by a soul, a shade. The souls are called shades, which is actually a tough name and a good description. So, thumbs up. Named Elspeth. Who's, like, a former Grimes student who, like, killed herself. Very cool as well. But she, like, it was, like, a similar reason for Alice and Peter going to hell. Like, they didn't kill themselves. They, like, teleported there somehow. But Elspeth was just, like, she just, like, wanted to check out hell, I guess. So she killed herself. I don't know, man. And then, oh, yeah, so Elspeth is, like, on some crazy shit. She has, like, spray bottles of Leth water. She has, like, a staff. She's like Donatello from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And she saves them. They're on her boat on the Leth. And she's, like, explaining to them, like, oh, I'm gonna find a true contradiction and get myself the fuck out of here. Because, like, fuck hell. Why would you want to live there? Apparently, it's, like, the way I understood it, it was, like, the Lotus Casino from Percy Jackson, which, like, is a thing in hell. I think they're, like, related. They're, like, cousins or some shit. I don't know. But yeah, it's like everyone who's there is, like, kind of chill with it. They like it there, which is weird. At least some of the courts. The first court, I forget what it even is. It's like Pride. Like, no one wanted to be in that fucking library writing a dissertation. But like Desire, like, a dog. Pretty sexy. Pretty... Okay. I don't condone that. But, yeah, it's like all the other ones, the people are just, like, chilling, you know? Like, Wrath, it's like a swamp on some Shrek shit. But, like, the shades all just, like, are in the water, like, fighting each other. But they're all just, like, chilling there. Like, I think all of them you can, like, deadass just leave. Like, I think the only one that you can't just fucking walk away from is Pride. And it's like, dude, if this is actually hell, I'm walk the fuck in. Because, like, okay, according to this interpretation, everyone goes to hell. And then just, like, once you pass the test, you reincarnate. So, like, when I die and I'm in this hell barrel, I'm not in this hell. I'm just fucking leaving. I'm not an idiot. I'm just gonna leave, dude. So that actually made me feel really good about myself. I might be a worse person in person now after reading this book. So it's like, oh, hell's easy, man. You just fucking walk away. I should not be prideful, because I could not write a dissertation on how to be good. That is super complicated. If you don't think it is, then you should try it, but it is really complicated. We need to get on with the plot. Yeah. Oh, they find out that you can do magic if you put blood on the chalk, because it, like, needs more life energy, which is pretty cool, actually. Like fire. Like, it makes sense. Oh, yeah, we, like, as the book goes on, you get, like, super deep into, specifically Alice, a little bit of Peter, at, like, one part, randomly, kind of. It made sense, but it was kind of random. Because it was all, like, Alice's backstory and shit before this. And you get, like, really, really deep on some concepts, like being a woman. And I thought it was really interesting, because I am kind of in the mindset of, like, sometimes, this is going to sound bad, but, like, sometimes it's, like, feminism is kind of like being an alpha male. It's like, if you were really this alpha, you wouldn't have to say it to people. People would just be like, see that fucker over there? He's the alpha. Like, you wouldn't be around till like, oh, I'm the alpha. Like, that's not how it works. And feminism is kind of the same thing. Like, okay, if you guys are equal, then just, like, be equal. You don't have to be just, like, blabbering about it, because it's annoying. It makes you not equal to blabbering about it. And I get that some men are stupid and they don't think that women are... I do think that women are equal. Just first of all, let me put that out there. Women and men are... I mean, I guess they're not equal, but, like, equitable. They, like... I think the right thing. Okay, believe me. Trust me. But it's like, you undermine that by going around being like, oh, women can do anything, men can do, look at this, look at this, look at this. And it's like, you just undermine it. Because then you got assholes where it's like, oh, well, men are stronger than women. And it's like, it's hard to argue with that. Because it's like, it's not wrong. It's just like a shitty way to see the world. Just because you're right doesn't mean you have a right to be an asshole. But, like, you give people an opportunity to be an asshole. Like, don't give people an opportunity to be an asshole. Just be better than them. It's not that hard. Just be better than people. Don't be a feminist. Just be better. Just be better. Anyways, that aside, that was, like, a huge theme in the book, and I thought that was really cool. And, like, and how things can feel like your fault. Like victim blaming, except, like, you're the victim and you blame yourself. Like, I'm gonna skip ahead. Alice, like, gets... not raped. She gets, like, sexually harassed or assaulted. It's, like, somewhere in there by Grimes. But she thinks it's her fault because she would dress in ways that were not maybe as modest as she should have been. Nothing, like, crazy as far as I was aware of. She wasn't, like, wearing bikinis to school or anything. Like, that's weird. Just, like, doing and wearing and, like, acting in ways that she wouldn't because she liked the sexual attention from him. Just, like, knowing that he thought she was attractive, like, made her feel powerful. And so she's like, oh, it's my fault that this happened because I tried to toe the line between being, like, this, you know, seductress and being out of reach for him. Because then, like, the second he reached out, like, the illusion, her illusion kind of crumbled. And it was really sad, to be honest, because she goes and has this conversation with this advisor who's, like, a known feminist, like, one of those people. And then she's like, pretty cold, honestly, the, like, advisor person. She's like, well, you don't want to be a feminist, so I can't help you. She's, like, being a bitch about it, but she's got a point. It's like, you're kind of, like, forced into one of these two boxes. Like, you're either an annoying feminist or, like, why am I talking about feminism? Anyways, you're an annoying feminist or you're a whore. Basically, it's like you're a woman. If you're a woman, you have to either be annoying and feminist or a whore. Like, there's no other option. I thought about it and I was like, it's low-key right. It's not right. The third option is to just be better than people. And just not take shit from people. Just listen to Limp Bizkit and fuck people up. That's the third option. That's the goated option. That's what you should do if you're a woman. Start listen to some angry-ass music, learn how to punch people, and then get better than people at anything. So whenever they talk shit, make sure they talk it to your face and knock them the fuck out. Because their mouth's writing checks that their ass can't cash. I'm listening to Limp Bizkit right now. Not that song, but a song by them. Wait, are we back at the beginning? What? My notes are all over the place. Oh, right. Okay, we're moving on from feminism. They tried to trick Elspeth to give over the true contradiction. Oh, yeah, the true contradiction just, like, makes you a god. Yeah, it just, like, makes you a god, basically. Yeah. But, like, the theory is, like, the devil in this, I think it's, like, an Asian thing. I think Alice is, like, Asian. which it's not that important. Lord Yama, they call like Satan like Lord Yama. That's just like what they call him, like all the characters. But it's like the same. There's like the persona, like the ruler of the underworld. Yeah. They call him Lord Yama, which is a goated name because it reminds me of Big Hero 6. Little Yama. My guess is that's where they got Little Yama from Lord Yama. But I like to think Big Hero 6 inspired this book. And, yeah, so they're, like, Lord Yama doesn't want the true contradiction to leave hell because otherwise, like, you're fucked. Like, then you can just, like, do whatever you want in the land of the living. You're basically a god. And, like, they don't want that. That's lame, right? That's, like, no fun. Because they want to have all the fun of themselves. Fuck the humans having fun. The deities want to have fun. The gods and goddesses and shit. So Elspeth is like, well, I'm just going to find one. Because apparently they just grow out of the fucking sidewalk. Which is literally where she finds it. Spoiler alert, yeah. But she's like, I'm just gonna find one and then trade it for my soul back. Which is like a goated plan. The fuck else is she gonna do? She's dead. But yeah. Goated plan by Elspeth. Anyways, Alice and Peter try to trick her into telling them where it is, even though she doesn't even know where it is. They're like really stupid for doing this. She like takes them in, gives them food, and like gives them advice and shit. She's like really helpful, and they're just like, mostly Alice. Alice like goes through a crazy arc where she's like a huge bitch. Just like a horrible person, to be honest with you. And I was kind of thinking she would like go through all the 7 deadly sins, whatever it is. Like she would commit all of them, but like I'm pretty sure that didn't happen. Maybe it did. I don't really know. I wasn't really keeping track, but like yeah, I don't know. So she is just like, oh my god, wait, I actually wrote it down in the feminism thing. We're back to feminism. Notes: women can be either A, be annoying feminists, or B, be traditional women. I wrote it down. Traditional women sounds better than being a whore. Anyway. Damn it, if only I read my notes. Yeah, they try to trick Elspeth. She gets fucking pissed when she finds out they're there for Grimes, because she hates Grimes. That's why she offed her fucking self in the fucking first place. So she's like, get the fuck off my boat! And she like throws them off her boat, I guess. Yeah, so they're like out on their asses. Wait, I read like so much shit. Oh my god, I forgot. Peter saw the whole Grimes trying to fuck Alice thing. Like he's deadass saw it. Like Grimes left the door open, this fucking idiot. Look, if you're gonna harass somebody in that way, close the damn door. I don't feel like it's that hard. So Peter saw it. Alice can't forget Peter seeing it. And she has a crush on him. It was in my notes. I must have skimmed over it. She says that she has a crush on him. So, like, that's, like, imagine your crush saw your teacher trying to do some crazy shit to you. Like, that's, like... Not like she would have forgot that in the first place without the fucking thing on her shoulder, but... The fact that she cannot forget any details is, like, awful. Oh, and then Alice... good thing I have these notes. I would completely go off the rails. Yeah, Alice's plan to get... They're going to get him, not just because he's their teacher. He's, like, a really shitty person and a terrible teacher, and they both hate him. They just, like, want a letter of rec. So her plan is to put his soul back into his body, like, the body that's, like, all mangled and fucked up, and just, like, basically torture him to get a letter of rec, or, like, a vocal... He probably can't write. His shit's fucked. She, like, dug up his body. Like, it was bad. It was really bad. Yeah, so she wants a letter of rec, but really she wants to beat the shit out of Grimes for being a horrible person. Which I thought, low-key, badass, slay girl boss plan. That is the third option, being a badass, not taking no shit from nobody. Yeah. Oh my god. So, yeah, Peter apparently was, like, supposed to proofread Grimes' work Because, like, Grimes, like, stole Peter's work on, like, hell. I don't really know, man. I just read the books. I low-key forget. Grimes stole Peter's work. So Peter's like, fuck you. Grimes is like, oh, you have to proofread this work that you did. So Peter's like, I'm not going to do that shit. So he didn't do it. He didn't do a good job. And he, like, resubmitted it to Grimes with, like, a fucked up pentagram. Which, like, if you fuck up your pentagrams, bro, don't fuck up your pentagrams. That shit just... Which is what happened. Except more like... And yeah. So Alice is like, oh, it's my fault. I didn't double check the work that he drew. But Peter's like, no, it's my fault. I didn't double check the work in the first place. And they're just like going back and forth, like, no, it's my fault. It's fine. They got stuck in like an MC Escher trap, which is this thing. He's the artist that draws shit like this, where it's just like a paradox, where it's like you go up the stairs and up the stairs and up the stairs and up the stairs. Oh, you're back where you started. And you just do that. So they get stuck in one of those. Oh yeah, I forgot to explain the whole plot. There's like these evil people who died, and they're like trying to get out of hell. Kind of like Elspeth, but evil, basically. And they control the Bone Dogs. And, yeah, so they put him in a trap. And now we get backstory about Peter. So, Peter has Crohn's disease. So, like, his intestines are fucked, basically. So, yeah. He's always, like, absent. He'll, like, flake on shit all the time. And people are just like, oh, that's just Peter. He's just a genius. He does whatever the fuck he wants. It's like, no, actually, he, like, painfully shits himself for 12 hours. I don't really know what Crohn's disease is. What it does. They explained it. It's like your cells, like, it's like cancer, kind of, but, like, it sounded way worse, to be honest. So, yeah, he's that. And everyone's like, oh, Peter's, he's just a genius. He does whatever he wants. But no, he actually is suffering. That's lame. So this is something that Alice talked about, her frustrations with Peter, like, trying to go on dates with him. And, like, he would just not show up. Which, like, really sucks. But it's, like, it's not even his fault. And it's just, like, really sucks. But we talked about that. And in 2 books ago, I read, yeah, there's this girl, and her name, I pronounced it Aoife. I would like to apologize to all Irish people. Apparently it's pronounced Aoife. It's spelled Aoife. It's pronounced Aoife because in this book, there's another goddamn Aoife. Apparently, this was, like, the best name in Ireland in 2000. I did my fucking research after this. Apparently, it's a common thing. It means beauty or radiance, which is low-key tough. And now I actually like it. I might name my kid that now. Just to fuck with them. No, I won't do that. Yeah, it's like a top 20 name, Irish name all time. It was the top name in 2000. And it's pronounced Aoife. And that's Peter's mom's name. It's not that important at all, but, I wanted to mention it. Anyways, I got all that stuff. Oh, this is what I was thinking. Like, the whole magic thing is you, like, convince yourself that something is true even though it's not. And then it, like, makes it true is basically how it works. So I was like, why don't you just use the damn magic to get rid of your Crohn's disease? I feel like that would work really, really well. And it's like, it doesn't work if you can't convince yourself, but if, like, just, like, have Alice do it. Like, because she doesn't know. Just, like, draw a pentagram and be like, Alice, you don't think I have Crohn's disease, do you? She'll be like, no. Bam! You don't have Crohn's disease anymore. It's that easy, bro. They're just not locked in. This is the part that's really sad, actually. So they're in the Escher trap. Peter figures out how to get out of it. I don't even remember how, but, like, he can't get himself out of it. He only get Alice out of it for some reason. So basically he, like, launches Alice out of it and then dies. He dies. He, like, dies. And when you die in hell, they kept saying this, if you die in hell, you, like, die. You don't get to reincarnate. You don't get nothing. You're fucked. You're dead. So he, like, dies. Oh, yeah, the bad guys are named the Crispies. It's like the Kripkies, but I'm not saying all that. It's the Crispies. Yeah. So, and because you need blood to do magic, and they want to do a lot of magic, they basically just take stuff and drain the blood out of them. So, guess what happens to Peter? And guess who gets to hear it happen? Alice, yay! She just gets to listen to Peter get the blood drained out of him, which is really gross. So she gets, like, hella depressed, because, like, her hubby, who she hates, they still like hate each other. It's a really weird dynamic, I'll be honest. But yeah, her hubby dies, and then she gets depressed, but then she's like, no, I gotta carry on for Peter, for my goat, for Peter Murdoch. So then she meets the goat of the dead people, John Grados, which is like, he's also a professor, I think. And it's like eerily a similar name. Oh, like Grimes' first name is Jacob, so it's like Jacob Grimes and John Grados. Those are like really similar. The person who wrote this book, she must have not been feeling names that day. She's like, fuck, what's this guy's name? Let's just change a couple letters. Anyways, they go to this like city called Dis. It's like a big ass bone city. Apparently it's like beautiful. The people of hell built it because like, fuck you gonna do in hell, right? There's nothing to do, so they just built a big ass city. But it like basically it's like a cesspool, and everyone there is like trying to write a perfect dissertation. I don't know if they're writing the Pride one, because we're not even in Pride anymore. I don't know what the fuck we are. So yeah, and everyone there like sucks, and they all just like want to scam each other so no one gets to leave, I guess. I don't know, man. It basically sucked. So she leaves. She like freaks out. She goes to like this place. It's like a garden, and there's like dudes that like shades that like turn themselves into trees. I don't fucking know, man. They just like don't want to write a dissertation. She's like, oh, I'll just be a tree. Pretty cool. But she like freaks out. She like makes one of them kill themselves. She's like arguing with this one guy who's like a bush, I think. I don't know. I read the book, I swear. And he's like, we like being here, because you can just turn your mind off and be a bush, and it's awesome. And she's like, why don't you just fucking kill yourself? And he's like, why would I want to kill myself? I'll just wait here until I reincarnate. She's like, you're not going to reincarnate if you just sit here like a bitch. And he's like, yes, the fuck I am. And she's like, no, you're not. And then this other like tree just like unturns, and he turns back into a shade and just jumps off a cliff into the left and kills himself. So then she freaks out and leaves because the trees like try to attack her. So she like runs away. She gets lost in hell. Embarrassing. Fucking embarrassing. That's really like bad also, because like you can't just ask people for directions, bro. It's hell. That doesn't work. She gets like attacked. Apparently like cats can just like go to hell. That's not really mean. No, they can just like travel back and forth, do whatever they want. There's like a cat that lives at Cambridge that they just like pops into hell and hangs out with them in Elspeth. Yeah, but there's just like not tiger, like panther, leopard, lynx type of like big cat, but like it's like messed up. It's like bleeding, dying, whatever, hungry. You know, it's like not doing good. So it tries to kill Alice because it's hungry. They get caught in another trap that the Crispies set. Because the cat has more blood in it, it kills the cat first and like drains the blood into buckets, and then it gives her enough time to escape. So she goes crazy at this part. She like locks the fuck in and becomes like Bear Grylls or something. She like butchers the cat, like completely destroys it, lights a fire, eats the shit out of it, just burns it, like does not give a fuck. John comes and she's like, I'm about to kill these motherfuckers. So John's like, you should snort some chalk, which is like random. She's like, no, I'm not gonna fucking do that. That's stupid. And he's like, no, you should like dead ass do it. He's like, you don't have to, but like you totally should. And she's like, all right, fine, I guess I will do it. She does it, and she like enters flow state, bro. She's like locked the fuck in. Apparently, snorting chalk is like really good for you. So she enters flow state, and the Crispies are obviously coming to collect their blood. But I think they realize something's wrong, because they bring like the whole Bone Dog army as like scouts, and she like 1v30s them. She like sets traps and shit, and she like just eviscerates them. The way it's yeah, she fights like Neuro in the Matrix. She's like dodging shit. She's like seeing what's gonna happen before it happens. Like she was on some demon time for a minute there. She's like got her bone armor made a cat skeleton. Like she's got her hunting knives. She like whittled one out of a bone. She's like beating the shit out of Bone Dog. She's badass as hell. She's on crack. Like, everything's going great. And then the Crispies finally come. There's, like, 2 adults and then, like, a child. It's not that important. Anyways, they come. Shiloki gets her ass beat for a second. One of them, like, takes their arm off and uses a whip and, like, whaps her in the face. It was, like, a crazy fight scene. It was, like, really good, actually. Even though, like, Loki, that was, like, the only blow, like, in the entire fight. Other than, like... No, that was literally the only one, actually. Well, no, Alice, like... After that, Alice, like, tackles this person down a hill. Because, like, the child got stuck in a trap. Because it's a fucking child. Like, you're stupid, bro. So she, like, tackles this lady down the hill. And then... They're, like, on a trap. But the person can get out of it because she still has her chalk. And she can do her magic because she has her blood. But it's, like, a trap that, like, stops you from moving. Oh, yeah. It's, like, if you want to go, like, a mile, first you have to go half a mile. And then you have to go... But then to go half mile, you have to go to quarter mile. Go to quarter mile, you got to do an eighth mile. Blah, 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 until you have to go half of, like, a nanometer. And at that point, you're just not moving. So that was the trap. The, like, paradox. So she gets stuck. And then Alice, big brain move, the only other blow in the entire fight. She slices open the blood sacs. So the lady can't get out. And then 2 out of 3 are trapped. So it's just the one dude left. She, like... does some crazy shit to him. She, like, puts his soul in Grimes' body, which is on Earth. So, like, it, like, gave a description of it, like, they were there. I don't know what the fuck happened. But, yeah, she basically, like, tortures him for, like, 3 seconds. Just, like, for the fun of it. I honestly don't even know why she did it. And then she, like, tackles him off a cliff into the left, which is, like, a badass way of killing this guy. Except she, like... She survives, and she's, like, completely fine. But, like, for a while, she's, like, cooked. And so, she tackles the guy in. He just dies. The other 2 somehow get out. I think John lets them out. But they just go walk into the lathe, because they're just, like, wait, we're, like, assholes. It's like, are we the bad guys? And they just, like, walk in. It's like, alright. Like, that's cool, I guess. John, like, somehow is gonna reincarnate. He didn't write a dissertation. His ass did not have enough time. Which makes me think you just like, need to make peace with what you did. Apparently, he did some bad shit, too. He, like, always would crash out on Alice. Oh, yeah, that was the reason they, like, were friends in the first place. Because he just, like, wanted to hear stories of being alive. Because he's been dead for a while, I think. And, like, every time Alice would ask him what he did to end up in hell, he would, like, crash the fuck out. Anyways. We're headbanging out. So, it's midnight? What the fuck? Anyways. Yeah, he, like, reincarnates. He goes in the boat, drinks the shot, reincarnates. Good ending. Alice is, like, cooked, though. Her tattoo's wearing off, and she's, like, losing her memories and shit. But then... she's like, you know what? Fuck this shit. I'm just going to lay here and die. So she lays down and tries to die. But Elspeth saves her. She, like, came around. She's not mad anymore. I don't really know. She found the true contradiction, which is pretty cool. And she gives it to Alice to get Grimes back. Even though at this point, it's like everybody knows that they are not doing this shit. So Elspeth is like, oh, go get Grimes back. But, like, really, they're getting Peter back. Let's be honest with ourselves. So they sail their boat to King Yama's domain, which they should have just fucking done the whole time. I don't know what we're talking about. I don't know why they didn't just do that from the start. But, like, whatever. Yeah. Oh, yeah, she, like, follows, like, the guidance of grace from Elden Ring. She goes to, like, the island with Lord Yama, and apparently there's just, like, the guidance of grace leading her to Margit's, like, boss room. I don't know, I thought it was funny. I wrote it down. I feel stupid now. Anyways, she goes to Lord Yama with the true contradiction, because they kind of figure out, like, the gods just, like, kind of fuck with the humans. They just, like, just do shit to amuse themselves. So... basically, like, Yama put the true contradiction there. It's like literally just like on a riverbank, just like in the middle of fucking nowhere. He just like puts it there for Elspeth to find. Just to like fuck shit up, basically. He's just like fucking around. And this is where the magic comes in. It's not actually chalk that works. I mean, like, it is, but it's just the gods fucking with the image, which I think is the funniest, like, result, like, the funniest explanation. Is it's like, oh yeah, we just, like, trick you guys into thinking that it works, but it's like, it's actually just like, gods fucking with the world. Just like, it's so funny to me. I don't know why. Because it's like if you were a human doing magic, right? It's the same thing as like playing an instrument. Like, you have to play it right, otherwise it doesn't work. Like the magic, you have to draw the pentagram right, otherwise it doesn't work. It's the same thing. It's just like, it's funny that it's like it's just like arbitrary. The gods just like made it the fuck up. And I guess people figured it out somehow. I don't know how they did. The gods just like made it the fuck up, which is pretty funny to me. I mean, I guess in this like world they made everything up because that's how gods work, but it was pretty funny to me. They're just like fucking with humans. So she gets to Yama and she's like, I want to talk to Grimes, his bitch ass. So he drags him over. Grimes is like, the true contradiction. We could be gods. We could rule hell. And she's like, bitch, fuck you. So she like gives him this crazy ass speech about how he sucks and how he's a piece of shit and how everybody fucking hates him and how he has no power and how he's a bitch and a little pussy. How he's gonna get his ass beat. BTA up in his bitch. And she trades his soul for Peter. Like, which was tough. I kind of thought it was gonna happen. Like, when Peter died, I was like, this guy is not dead. He is not dead. I know for a fact this guy is still alive somewhere in this story. So, like, it was, like, predictable, but it was, like, good predictable, if that makes sense. It was a good ending, definitely. So, yeah, she trades his soul for Peter, and Lord Yama is amused. He's, like, a chill guy. Like, the devil's, like, chill in this book, which I like. I mess with that heavy. I feel like if I die, and the devil's not just a chill guy, I'm gonna be like, damn. Like, that sucks, dude. I want him to be just like that. I want Lord Yama to be the king of my underworld. But yeah, they get Peter back. They use the true contradiction. They trade it with Yama to go back to Earth. Also, like, to go to hell, you, like, have to sacrifice half of your lifespan. I don't know why. It's just the rules. But they haggle it back to only a quarter of their lives, which is pretty cool. And they leave hell, and they're like, fuck this magic bullshit. Fuck this getting a job bullshit. Fuck all this bullshit. We're just gonna go love each other. Not like in a creepy, freaky way. Just like, we're gonna be in love and live our lives, do whatever the fuck we want. And I was like, damn. Good ass ending. This was really, like, the best ending, honestly, I could have thought of. Yeah. It's, like, super satisfying. That's the end of my notes. That's the end of the book. That's really good. Also, I forgot to mention this, really. Look at this. This is the coolest thing ever, dude. This is why I picked the book up. I was literally going to pick a different book, and I saw this, and I was like, I gotta read this damn book. So good. It was really good. Oh, yeah, wait. Let me plug the author. R.F. Kuang. The goat. The goat of writing. She's the goat. It's so good. Yeah. Book's over. 20,000 thumbs up out of 10, man. Read that fucking book.